Very, very good evening to everyone, and welcome to TGIF Live Talk. And somehow my Instagram is going blink on me today. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because I accidentally clicked a effect on Instagram. So welcome to TGIF with Christina. So every Friday we are live on the YouTube, on Facebook, as well as on Instagram. And today I somehow accidentally add on the what do you call that, the blink over there, and it just doesn't seem to go live for me at all. Let's see, let me just try it again. Okay, so there we go. Yes, so welcome. And if you are watching it right now with me, do let me know where are you tuning in. Today we are going to share about, and I'm waiting to hear from your juicy story. Are you a walking emotional time bomb? All right. And there are two questions for us to reflect together. Are you aware that you might be a walking emotional time bomb daily? Are you aware that you might be walking with an emotional time bomb inside you daily? Okay, so that's the first question. And if you are aware, what can we do? How can we do? What can we do to diffuse this emotional time bomb? Okay, so this is what we are going to talk about today. Let me know, where are you tuning from? Hi Al. Hi, how are you, Al? Nice to see you again. So, Al, do you know what is an emotional time bomb? And are you an emotional time bomb? Hi, Vertika, that is from India. Hello on Instagram. So, we are live every Friday night, TGIF with Christina on Instagram, IG, YouTube, our Body Mind Soul magazine YouTube channel, as well as on Facebook. Okay. Trying to go, as much platform as possible so that we can reach out to more people with all the contents that we have. So one of the way that you can always get yourself to be, to have daily dose of inspiration at your fingertips, or powerful quotes, videos, and more, is to join our Telegram channel. And our Telegram channel, you can subscribe it, and there are always different content that is shared daily. Why? Because Body Mind Soul inspire to impact lives positively, and we can't do it just by ourselves. We do it collectively with all the contributing writers from around the world, sharing with us their expertise, sharing with us with their wisdom, their experience, and their tips, and of course their solutions for life as well. One of it that I got very much inspired by, one of the article from our Body Mind Soul, I mean, definitely there are lots more, is about emotions especially. Okay, so if you have joined our Telegram and you find our content is really interesting, it's really uplifting, it's adding value into your life, and you wanted to read more, besides reading it from our website www.bodymindsoul.com.my, you can also join us on as a community member, so that you can read all our volumes from volume one, number one, all the way until our latest volume, which is volume 30, and it's filled with lots of different articles and different content. You can join it on bit.ly // Body Mind Soul community sign up. So the sign up is entirely free. The reading is free as well. Okay, so you can read all these interesting stories together with us. So Al is saying, emotional, usually ticked by the loved one or someone surrounding you when it is out of our comfort zone, the time bomb. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's very interesting that we have Al inside here as well. So I love, one of the thing is, I truly love when the audience engage with me, the audience share with me their wisdom, their stories, so that we can together, help each other. Not just you helping me, you are also helping anyone who is watching this. You're also helping anyone who might be watching this after. Okay, so first of all, let us just talk a little bit about emotional bomb. time bomb. What is emotional time bomb? Everyone has different this definition, but for me, I would like to take this opportunity to just share with you what do I feel or what do I think about emotional time bomb. I think a lot of times when we say time bomb, it's definitely emotions that has to do with anger. It's a lot of mixture emotion. I would say it's an overwhelming emotions. It's a mixture of anger. It's a mixture of frustration. It's a mixture of impatience as well. Okay, and it is definitely a mixture of annoyance, and all this add up. It's literally you are like a walking angry bird. Anything anyone say, it might not be that serious, but it just trigger you and you explode the time bomb. So that would be my definition. So like what I'll say, emotional time bomb usually take by the loved one or someone surrounding you when it is out of our comfort zone. So that is what our definition is. For me, it's more about all the emotions that we are boiling inside us. And then when someone just accidentally, without any intention of doing it, but it's because we are so full with all the emotion within ourselves at that point of time. So it just boom out, it just explode out. And usually the one who get hurt a lot because of our walking emotional time bomb are the people that are very close with us, our loved one, was what I'll say over here, and also people that we see daily. Okay, so the first thing is, I would say, are you aware that whether you are walking with a time bomb inside you every time? A lot of times, right, even the bomb owner, like me, myself, we are not aware enough that we have that. So the first thing is, of course, your awareness, right? And this is what I went through the entire last week. Anything anyone said, it can just catalyze the entire outburst of frustrations, impatience, annoyance, and there are two things that we can talk about here. The first thing is, if we want to diffuse this time bomb, what can we do to diffuse this time bomb? I believe the first thing is our attitude. Of course, the awareness play a very important role, but then next is our attitude. What do you want to do about it? When you know you are a angry bird, there are two types that I would think, because I went through it, is either you will tell your loved ones, you will tell your family members, you will tell people that is close to you, yeah, so this is my face right now, this is currently what I'm going through, so this is it. Okay, you can do it this way, or you can be responsible, right? So share with me, do you have similar experience before? Do you have similar experience, and how do you take it? What did you do? Are you aware of it? So there are two attitudes that I really needed to point out. One is, yeah, I'm like this, take it or leave it. This is just how it is right now. Or another thing is, you responsible to what you are going through, to your emotions. Okay, so I have all over here sharing, or even distress call, or someone honking you, or someone driving you mad, very garam. Yeah, like today has been raining the entire day. So some people will feel very garam with this kind of weather. Some people will feel very happy about it. It's entirely up to you how you want to decide. And usually this non-stop raining in Malaysia is very common to create traffic jam. So I also wish to highlight or also bring out this very fun part of reflection. How were you in that traffic jam if you have stuck in a traffic jam just now? Okay, if you have stuck in a traffic jam in Kuala Lumpur, it's very common after a heavy pour, it's always jam. So what was your emotions? Were you a walking emotional time bomb at that point of time? All right, so let us reflect. So first of all, like I shared, it's about attitude. So definitely I have had the first attitude, yeah, so this is what I'm going through, take it or leave it. And I just don't care about how people around me feeling about it, especially when they accidentally press the bomb and it's exploded and I hurt the people that I love the most. I'm staying with my parents. Usually my mom will get it the most. Or the next phase, the next decision that I make was I take charge of my emotion. I be responsible. It is my responsibility to decide how I want it to be. We are still a human, no matter how many skill sets you have, how many methods you have. There will be a phase where perhaps you're going through a lot of journey of purification, whatever that you want to name it. You just so happen to be in this time bomb phase, but what do you decide to do make a huge difference. So the first thing is be responsible. Make the choice that you want to be more aware, that you want to diffuse this bomb whenever you can, wherever you could, instead of lashing it out to other people. So this is what I decided. I decided to, I know it's difficult. I know it's very challenging. I know I feel so annoyed at most of the time, but yet I make a decision that I am responsible for whatever experience that I want to experience. So I ask you back, when you are an emotional time bomb, and you realize you are, now when I'm sharing it, you are very easily agitated, you are very easily get angry over things, you have a lot of frustration, very easily you lash it out. Basically, you are walking with this time bomb all the time. You are an angry bird. So what is your choice, right? And then the second thing is, when you take responsible, yet there are times that you can't control and you have lash it out. We are human, right? There are times we can't deal with it. It was just so overwhelming and you just lash it out. What do you do after? A lot of time we know lashing out our emotions, especially this bomb that explode, we might have said things that are inappropriate. We might have taken inappropriate actions, especially to our loved ones. We might have said something too mean. Maybe our tone is very inappropriate. It's disrespectful. And a lot of times it might be our parents that pressed the time bomb, and we might have said something that is terrible, and we might have reacted it inappropriately as well. So what do you do after that? Al, what do you do after that? For me, it happened to me last week, and I would say I was, and I am still a walking emotional time bomb at this point of time. There are a lot of different emotions. Like I'm going through up and down, just like life is never a straight path. It's beautiful when they are always different, turning different waves in life. And then that makes what it beautiful. And that also allow me to receive different gifts. So what happened was, there were few times, I think there was one time, not few times, because a lot of time when I become very aware of it, the first thing I do is, instead of replying instantly or reacting to that time bomb instantly, what I did was I breathed out first. I truly, I breathe out first, because I wouldn't want to create any guilty, any regret feeling inside me. So, but there was one time I really couldn't, and I just accidentally, it just burst. Of course, it burst towards my mom. This is the story between me and my mom. And what happened was, I am very grateful in a way. My mom is very wise. She just walked away and she just pointed it out to me and tell me that, you know what, you are a little impatient just now. It was just as simple as that. She's just stating the situation and the fact. And she walked away and giving me that space to kind of reflect what had happened. So the next step that I taken after I have exploded this emotional time bomb and I have said inappropriate things and with quite a disrespectful attitude, I know deep inside this is bad. It's kind of like you have everyone has their own sets of values of what is a wrongdoing or what is inappropriate actions. So my set of action is when my set of belief or my values is when I show disrespectful to my parents, it's inappropriate. So do you have that kind of courage to apologize directly, physically with the person that you have perhaps hurt, that person with your time bomb? You see, a lot of times we talk about vulnerability and we associate vulnerability with the ability to break down in front of a person or the ability to show your weakness in front of people, or the ability to cry, or the allowance for you to cry. And that shows we are being vulnerable. But you know what? Vulnerability is also the courage that you admit an action that you have done, which you have hurt someone, and you pull out that courage to apologize. So what happened to me was when my mom given me that kind of space to reflect, to really think through and to calm down after I have exploded, right? I took up that courage. Of course, inside of me, there are a lot of fighting. It's like, it is so, in our Malaysian term, it's like, it's so paise to apologize. It's so paise. It's so, you just feel it's so embarrassed to admit something that you have done, have hurt the person that you love. But you see, if I did not take up the courage to apologize, right, I built more guiltiness inside me. And this guiltiness will boil on top of the emotional time bomb. It will form another layer of the bomb again. Oh, okay. So sorry, Al, I overlook your message over here. Regret. Feeling of having not to have said that. Exactly. So sometimes we have lashed it out. We have exploded. The bomb has exploded. And you create a lot of regretful, guilty as well. But it is also with that step 2 that I've mentioned, do you have the courage to admit and also apologize? So what I did was I went down and I apologized to my mom, really face to face. And I told her, Mom, I'm sorry for what I've done. And I know it's not right. And I'm sorry that I have said something like that with that kind of tone. And, sorry, like really sincerely. And I can feel, that she's happy. Even though, Asian's mother, yeah, it's okay, it's nothing, what is done is done. But you can actually feel that part, like the reconciliation happen. A lot of times, all these small little things eventually would damage a relationship, especially between partners with partners, spouse, siblings, or your working colleagues. But that steps of able to admit your attitude of admitting and apologize, that is important. I'll say maybe let it cool down a day or two, then only go back to the person to apologize. You can do that as well. For me, it's right away. Right away, I calm myself down. What I did was really, I practiced the third one, which I'm about to share. I take my time to reflect. I take my time and that courage to admit. And that is the hardest part, to admit that you have done something wrong, to admit that you have hurt someone, to admit that the inappropriateness that you have just did it, and that person is hurt, right? So if, let's say, you can, like me, can do an instant sorry with a lot of, I would say, sincerely, if you can, then let's not wait. But if you can't, yes, what I'll say over here is right. Take a time to reflect, to understand what had happened, to understand what exactly that that you burst, that you explode, and then you make a choice again. It takes a lot of practice, I would say, to consistently build a habit. And perhaps in the past, I did not take the habit or the practice to build more calmness or more peacefulness approach when it comes to having an emotional time bomb phase. So now is the best time to practice. Bayu, hey Bayu, how are you? I haven't. What do you mean you haven't? Which part that you are saying that you haven't? Share with me. And do let me know, if you have any stories that you wish to share with me, that you experienced a time bomb experience, and then what did you do after that, and through my sharing, how did it make you reflect perhaps, or what, in share of through my story, sharing stories and all these things, right? What comes into your mind? So you might ask me, what are the benefits to have all these things? Basically, I would say the main benefits is you minimize, if you are responsible with your own emotions and you become more aware and you make a choice out of 10, let's say out of 10 of the about to burst kind of a feeling, you manage to have like five. You started with managing five first. If, let's say, all this while out of 10 you burst all 10, and then you have this awareness, you started to be able to manage five, not two, right? Because you are responsible for your own emotions. And then you increase, 7, 6, 7, 8, and then out of 10, maybe you have two outbursts. That is good, because why? You kind of minimize hurting your loved ones. Imagine in the past you have hurt them 10 times. Now you manage to hurt them lesser, right? And then if you, in that true experience that bursts out, and you take that courage to apologize, you walk through your own internal conflict, you feeling embarrassed, you feeling like, like what I said, paise, you feeling like, yeah, do I need to, should I, maybe it's not important, it's okay, what is done is done, let's move on. If you just walk through all this emotion and you make a decision that I'm just going to open up myself and just admit it and I apologize, you actually reconcile your relationship with that person. You heal this little bomb with that person. You yourself let go that guiltiness from your body. You let go that emotions or the feeling of regret from yourself. It is, in the end, it's for ourselves as well, right? So the reflection is a very important thing, I would say, because taking time to reflect, it allows us to understand ourselves deeper, to receive more gifts, to also perhaps heal some of the emotional time bomb that is boiling within us. I've shared quite a few times that breathing really works and it helps me. And if breathing doesn't work, perhaps you need to write it down, right? Or meditate through it if you can. We have lots of articles or even steps of meditations that have been shared over our platform as well. Let's see what Bayu have said. Haven't got the courage to say sorry, especially to my mom. Wow, Bayu, you came in for the right TGIF with me today. I feel like she would understand lah. I was stressed, but also think it's not proper of me speaking with high tone volume. Yeah. So Bayu, I will ask you a question, do you carry that sorry feelings? Do you still carry that within you? Do you still carry that, the guilty feeling as a child that you have raise your voice to your mom? Do you? You know, it took me a great deal to be able to face my own wrongdoing, and then slowly and slowly I start to exercise and practice the act of saying sorry, not just to my mom but to my siblings as well. I'm the eldest, and a lot of time being the eldest, you don't feel the necessary to admit your wrongdoing, but perhaps it's me, like a little arrogant within me. But what I realize is, when it's needed to be expressed, when it's really needed to say, let's do it and let's not wait, right? Bayu is saying a bit maybe like, should I? It's good. It's really meant for you to ponder. It's really meant for you to take some time to reflect. And you can also write to us if you need any further guidance, or if you need any further clarity. You can always write to us, or just Facebook message us, right? So yeah, so share with me. If you ask me, should I will ask back you. If you have that should I, think deeper. Think deeper, darling. In the end, it's your choice. If you feel you want to, just say it. And then wait and observe how's your mom reaction. I managed to observe when I say sorry to my mom, because she was washing dishes and I was her back was facing me at that point of time, and I said, Ma, I'm really sorry for what had happened, and I'm sorry. I saw her shoulder, her body language just kind of like relax down, and then she turned to me and she said, what is done is done. And then I said again, I'm really sorry, I shouldn't have raised my voice. And that's when she said, it's okay. And then both of us have a good sleep that night. By you. Oh yeah, the observation part, tricky too. Tricky. What's so tricky about observation? What's so tricky? Just pay a little bit more attention. It's also good that, after you have done all these things, let's take time to reflect. If, let's say, in the past you are a person that has never taken the responsibility of your own emotions, and after today you decided, okay, let's do it, let's try what Christina have shared, then take your time to reflect and share with me next round, how do you feel, what happened. And it would be the best moment for me. Reactivity. Okay. Yeah, so do let me know, how do you feel, and also what happened after that, and whether the steps that, or just, I would say today it's not really about steps, it's more about highlighting, because I really want to share with everyone our attitude play a very important role. Your attitude of taking charge, or your attitude of blaming the situation and just saying that this is how it is, take it or leave it. Especially you are emotional time bomb. Anytime you can hurt anyone, right? By you, I look forward for next week when you tell me, oh yeah, next week is Christmas Eve. And I think most likely we will still have this. And I'm looking forward to know whether, what have you done, and do update me. How was it? Whether it's over Zoom or it's physical, it's up to you, right? Share with me, how does it work? So, and also I would like to let everyone know that tomorrow we are taking a short break of live talk, so there won't be any live talk tomorrow, and I'll see you next week, Friday. Next week Friday will mark the last TGIF for this year. Okay, so then after next TGIF, we will see each other in year 2022. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining me today. And if you have not shared out this live talk, do like this live talk and also share it out so that, you know, if it can benefit more, create more awareness that perhaps we are all a walking emotional time bomb daily and we are not aware about it. And I hope that, you know, that part of me sharing the courage to apologize will somehow ring a bell in everyone and also help to give that courage and give that inspiration for those who have always wanted to apologize to a person but never taken that opportunity or that action to do that. So I do hope with this, it helps to inspire everyone. So bye you. Yes, next week, updates, okay? Update me, all right? Okay, with that, I'll say thank you, everyone, and also have a good night. In Kuala Lumpur, it has been a very beautiful rain the entire Friday from morning until right now. I would say it's a blessing from Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia is cleansing the entire space, including our air as well. I'm looking forward for tomorrow morning when it is a fresh breeze with birds chirping. So I wish everyone having a good evening tonight, and we're going to wake up to a beautiful morning on a Saturday. All right, so with that, I will say thank you and goodbye. Good night.